there's somebody with one big blind at your table and you've all been chatting and having a good time, and he's going to make $3,000 if he can just make day two, and there's one person left to bust, right? And then you let him have a walk. That's chip dumping. That's really bad,
Yeah.
actually. And to give a very specific example, Frank Lynn, number one field reporter, also a very good friend of mine, he was late on that day one with me.
I was going
We
to tell
had
the
three
story. I'm
people.
glad you're doing it instead.
Actually, no, go ahead. Ty, you tell the story.
Good. All right. All right. So I'm sitting at home because I busted because I didn't get anywhere in any of these stupid flights. Or actually, I think I was driving at the time because I was driving home, and Frank had already bagged the morning flight on Friday. So Frank had bagged the morning flight, and Max late regged into the evening flight, just like we said you can do. He brought a couple folks with him, as he's wont to do, and Derek was in there too. So I get this message, and and Frank says, "3 away from bagging, jam 4 or 3.5 big blinds." Derek calls me blind. Derek called me without looking at his cards and knocked me out and kept me from making 8 grand. And I said,
Yeah, it was an $8,000 bubble, and like Frank's my friend, you know what I mean? And if I were, being not nice or, to the rest, not nice to Frank, but not nice to the rest of the field, I could have let Frank, have that
yeah,
pot, right? I could have folded some really strong hand and nobody would have known,
yep,
right? Because I want the game to be, up and up, right?
yep,
We're not doing kind of shady things. So
absolutely.
I basically snap called him. I bust him out of the tournament. I felt really bad. But yeah, so like this is the type of thing that the double bags also incentivize, is this sort of soft play chip dumping, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because there are not a extremely not insignificant number of folks who would definitely be trying to keep each other in right there, if not
Yeah.
for the evil quote unquote reasons, but just because they're friends, just because you're my friend, I want you to win money. And it's like that attitude. We talked about it before when we were kind of warning about, hey, floors need to make sure people are speaking English. That attitude is nice, but it's cheating, right?
Yeah. There's nobody that will root harder for Frank to win $8,000 than me. Nobody.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we
But
all
it's
would,
just,
but you got to earn it.
but in a situation like that, yeah, I'm just gonna play poker. That's why I'm there for.
Yep.